Go back on your old school games and battle.
Pretty boys mean nothing if the thugs coming through for you and start busting. Me, I cussing was back. I'm ready for contracts. Rolling up on the slab with some yak. All these scars, all these big time superstars,
I
all
ain't been to
these
Mississippi
latest
before, but it's way.
episodes. Watch
I
these
think I want to
haters
go
play
and
their
one time just
cards.
before
You
they
can't
go.
stop me or my pimpin', cause you lame and
We
you
go
be
pre-show,
slippin'.
pre-show.
Like
You know
Michael
what
Check,
I'm
check,
and
saying?
check.
Yeah.
Scottie Pippen. Table dance, but sky ain't tippin'.
By the time we got young Tutu, this motherfucking building, man.
Facts.
Like, shit, my nigga been MIA. You know, had to sit down real quick and take a time out, but that's all right. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna leave it at that.
Sometimes the timeout is needed.
It's a hard hard. Yeah, it's just that episode 6 on Live. But it's all right. Hey, say, man, don't come in this Ravens crap on me, goddamn. Listen here, I took my loss and I took it like a champ. Okay?
Did you now?
Did you?
Did you now?
Yeah. He was kind of silent over there.
I mean,
For
I don't know if champ is the word I would use.
so like that same energy that he's got right now, it definitely was nowhere
Hey,
near.
you know
It
what?
wasn't even 70%, not even
Wasn't even
60, not even
close.
50. He was
Mm.
silent. Like
Shouts out to the Ramoses, you know what I'm saying? That lovely couple watching. Good fans of Perfectly Balanced. All three, you know what? All three of you nothing.
Mm.
Watch your
Okay, go
language.
ahead.
Watch your language.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Lord Jesus.
Shut that down.
real quick.
Ladies and gentlemen, the pre-show is brought to you by Stella Black. That's what I'm drinking tonight. Stella Mother Loving Black. If you ain't got your bottle, you need to go get one. Rob Simmons, what he normally drink on the pre-show, that good old Dos Equis. So I said, shouts out to Dos Equis. We need that sponsorship love, yo.
Quickly.
You know what I'm saying?
Indeed, indeed.
Bless us one time with some merch. You know what I'm saying? Damn frisbee. Hit us one time.
What you know what? You know what? And here's the thing, right? Since now that we got a merch line, you know what I'm saying? We don't necessarily need merch.
I'm just saying, partnership, it could be perfect. Hey, Dos Equis is perfectly balanced with the Perfectly Balanced podcast. You know what I'm saying? Some white folk shit like that.
I'm with it.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Peyton and Mia, how y'all doing?
Shouts out to my people,
Appreciate y'all listening.
Let's go ahead and send these things.
Hey, we live on IG and on Facebook right now.
Just Facebook.
Just Facebook.
I gotta work on the IG thing.
And that's on the.
I'm on YouTube now, watching it.
And we on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. Oh Lord Jesus.
Is that my YouTube?
Who's this gentleman? Let's see. KG84.
Yep. Yeah, that's me.
Oh, that old,
Yeah.
No, we have our own channel. We just ain't broadcasting.
Rob, don't start that shit, Rob. Do not start that. It's free show. He's spilling our dirty laundry out there. We're technically unprofessional and unprepared, okay?
Unprofessional and unprepared. Okay.
Listen, hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know this, we are taking applications for a female personality on the Perfectly Balanced podcast. If you are available, want to apply, want to be on the episodes permanently, we are taking female applications now. I'm gonna hand those over to Chef as our hiring manager. If you want to join the podcast, feel free to hit him up. Okay. Anytime, day and night, ladies and gentlemen, he is available 24/7.
That boy said anytime, day or night. Nah, we need to cut off.
Don't be sliding in my DMs at freaking 4:00 in the morning.
Listen, man.
I'm ready to interview.
Listen, man.
You know what I'm gonna do?
Booty call hours still incurred. You feel me? You call me after midnight, my nigga. You call me anywhere after midnight to 5 a.m., my nigga. Listen, it's two things on my mind: food and cheeks clapping.
We got kids in the building, ladies and gentlemen. We can't.
Oh, we do? I'm sorry. I didn't see the clip.
Lord,
My apologies.
That's how he got here.
yeah.
That's how he got here. That's how he
I'm
got
so
here.
sorry for the inappropriate nature
Tell you
of
what.
these
Colored
fools.
folks.
The tomfoolery that goes on around here is just
So overall, like how's life been treating you, Zay?
It's
Get
good.
to it.
Life's getting better.
Yeah. So what we'll do once we get started, once we go, are we live yet? No, we're not
nah.
yet.
Hell,
I mean we're live, but we're not live. Just pre-show.
yeah. We not recording live.
All right, yeah. So once we go to the pre-show, and everybody will do their intro, then
I was gonna get to that.
I'm like last on the intro. Tutu, you go after Chef, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So once Tutu does his intro, then I'll do mine, and then Rob, do you want me
I'll bring
to
you back
introduce
in.
him, or do you want
if
to?
you want to.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'll hand it out to you.
All right. I have a line of questions, and it's nothing like loaded or nothing too difficult that you won't be able to answer. It's just just personal
Nah, we got
questions.
some questions that's gonna go viral. No, I'm
Yeah,
joking.
you know what
No.
I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know.
You know,
For the
just
ladies,
like
you
kind
know,
of like
man.
reminiscing personal stories that we have had, like to kind of set up the relationship and everything. From there, then we'll get into like, hey, how things are going. What's retirement life for you? What are your goals?
Beautiful over here. Thank you. Thank you for asking.
And then and whatever that you want to talk about, or anything that you would like to put out. um some of the questions that I'm going to ask and I don't know if Rob is going to ask them, so I just want to ask them now so we can get it out of the way, and we're not stepping on each other, stealing each other's thunder and stuff like that. So I'm going to ask, like, um since I've known you for quite some time, I've known that you've had the passion for producing and everything. Um, what kept that drive for you? And then you just answered that. I don't know what Rob has in store for you.
Well, so because of the multi-talented guest that we have, I didn't really have a particular um facet of the business to focus on.
Mhm.
So it was more so general questions like, um, explain the process of like how you got into each individual thing, and the thought process behind saying, okay, I'm going to do this, but I'm also going to do this. Because I think a lot of people, I'm gonna get into that, but
All right.
Just the fact that it's a multi-faceted thing is, I think it's great. A lot of people are scared to do that, so
Amen.
yeah. That's gonna be my really main only question. I ain't gonna say main. That's gonna be the only question that I got.
All right.
Of course, we'll probably get some when the conversation goes on. We're gonna probably ask some more dynamic questions in there, but we got any more topics? I know we talked about the
We're gonna talk about merch. We got fantasy picks.
Oh yeah, and we'll try to keep that like your segment. We're gonna go with yours first, Zay, on at
yeah.
for 30 minutes. If it goes past that, because if we're in the mood and the spirit takes you, like, do whatever you do.
See, here's the thing, right? I want to make this very clear. Our show is very, very fluid.
When the mood strikes, we roll with it.
We just roll. We just roll with it.
It could be, and look, I don't want to get caught on the 30-minute, mark, because what very, very possibly could happen is at 15 minutes we get started on the conversation, and that takes us through the whole rest of the show.
Interview. Yeah.
We feed off each other's energy, and that's how the show pretty much goes. So just be mindful of that. It could be 30. We strive for 30.
Yeah.
It don't always get there.
Yeah.
All right. So I just want to make sure that's very clear. This is a very, very fun show to be on. No, I'll tell you that.
You're darn skippy for our PG-13 listeners. You're
Yeah.
darn skippy.
Right.
That boy said, darn Skippy. Okay.
I had to pull that old one out of you. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Hey,
we're going back tonight.
Why everybody rock the same note?
It's just a slow bounce. That's all you need. Hey, this is where I live, right here. Don't need none of this. Don't need no pieces.
What's your name, gangster? Big Snoop.
Big Snoop Dogg. Hey, man, hey, check this out, baby. Check this out. We're gonna get this thing started. How much time we got, Rob?
We got 3 minutes. Hey, before we get further, pause.
Look, man, I was just getting warmed up like hot grease in a fucking stove.
I know, but I got a very, very serious question. Okay, I know my video's lagging. Don't pay attention to that. Listen, have y'all ever seen Snoop and KB in the same room? That's all I'm asking.
No.
All I'm saying. Could it be?
I plead the fifth.
Listen, I know the nigga now. He will disappear. He will disappearing act.
Hey, check this out, man. Hey,
in regards to telling on that, I'll take the fifth on that one. That's my nigga. I'll take that to the grave.
Yeah. Hey, check this out. Let's say what's going on to our listeners. We got my boy, Mr. Caesar, aka DJ Cucumber Slice, in the building.
Cucumber Slice.
Hey, that's my guy, dude. That's
like
my...
Kimbo, but cucumber.
No.
Okay.
Cucumber, pause, slice.
You gotta split it.
Pause,
hyphenate
slice.
that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
We also got Miss Savannah in the building. How you doing? Why you say all about Jesus?
Here he go. What is up?
Hey,
we'll talk about that on the next
No, we're gonna address it right now. We got 1 minute. We got like a couple of seconds.
We got 30 seconds.
He said got a couple of seconds.
That's the XY. That's the XY.
How you doing, Miss XY?
And then, of course, you know, we got Mama Johnson. We got the clan of the leader of the two DJs.
The clan of the leader.
we have our own little clan.
Yeah.
Look, how you take it, you can take it where you want to take it.
Okay.
But our clan is stronger than your clan. Okay.
Okay.
How's it going? How's it going, Mom?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Gotta be in the proper one.
Right, man,
I'm always professional. Gotta keep it
get
professional.
3 beers and a shot of Hennessy and some rumble in them. It's a different story.
It don't even change. I'm professional all the way. I'm a professional drunk.
Well, our shenanigans up, ladies and gentlemen. It's time. Time to get started. You ready? You ready?
I'm ready.
Give it in. Bring it into character. Here we go.
All right.
Let's get it.
Recording in progress.
Chef, you wasn't ready.
Good today.
There we go.
I look real good today.
Hey, man, check this out.
I look real good today.
Yes, I'm one in
Jumping
one.
up that motherfucking Bentley.
Yeah.
Fully in a custom
I got a bunch of these Cowboy
with a
fans
pocket
on
full
my
of Benjis.
Shouts out to
I'm a
the
10
Raiders
piece.
who are 2-0.
I look real good
Let's
today.
this week.
I look real good
Shouts out to
today.
the Los Angeles Rams.
I look real good today.
Yeah, I'm
I
making
look
personal
real
shots
good
right. That's your boy
today.
DJ Chef, man.
Dive in a pussy like scuba.
It's Hump Day Wednesday.
Cool, she from Cuba.
Rob, tell them what we got going on, man.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Perfectly Balanced Podcast, which is a panel of brown people having good conversation over here. I'm your host, Rob. Who else we got in the building?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the one and only, the Stimmy Man.
You see?
All right, man. All giggles aside, back in the building. It's your boy Tutu, the troublemaker.
And you know it's me, KG, aka Dr. Graves, no PhD. Bars.
Bars. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guest in the building today, but somebody else on this panel knows him a little bit better than me. Go ahead and introduce him, Kyle.
All right, what's going on? So, well, the special guest we got going on here is Mr. Xavier Gaden, a personal good friend of mine's. Known him for years. Actually, as long as I've been in the military, I've known this man and followed him, and he's been an inspiration to my personal life. You know, in many assets and many different facets of life. You know, he's just like me, multifaceted, very skilled and talented individual. He comes from he's also a Texan, fellow Texan, from Houston.
Yeah.
And but you know
Y'all gonna
what?
gang up on the brother,
I'll
ain't you? Okay.
I'll pass it over to him to let him introduce himself. Zay, go ahead, take it away.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Xavius, and I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me. Ready to
Absolutely.
put in that
Absolutely.
and you know do the thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, we appreciate you coming on the show, giving us the input. You know what I'm saying? Joining us today. You know, it's always special to have a special guest on the show, especially when somebody on this panel knows them personally. So we appreciate you joining us. And in the chat is your boy DJ Tops. My bad, DJ. We put you in there. I hope you happy. Sorry. So let's get right into it, man. First things first, I just want to say it is incredible to know that you are like we said in the pre-show, you're a man of very many talents. You know what I'm saying? And so I want to get into the psyche of someone who is what they call a serial entrepreneur, right? And what does that entail? So like what did it take for you to say, you know what, I'm going to do this and this?
Actually, so the thought process of trying to do more than one thing, so basically multitask with talent, was actually never like a battle. It was never something that I said, hey, I want to be able to do all these things, until something transpired that caused me to think of those things individually. So I would have to say, like, growing up, my grandmother she saw something in me, and she basically put me in everything that she thought she saw. Like, I was a kid carrying around a little stereo box in my backpack going to school. And I also was playing sports at home, doing backflips off our roof. So she's like, hey.
Now I see why you two jokers are friends. Backflips off of shit.
So yeah, she was like, okay, so you want to flip off the house? So I'm gonna put you in gymnastics. Oh, you want to carry your radio around, like, you know, like you're a DJ or something? So I'm gonna put you in music. So I did choir and I did piano, and I did art and I drew. So it was like I had the opportunity to do all those things. So I just took them on as I was giving them.
Nice. So, explain to the people, for the people that don't know you, explain to the people what you do. Like, what are all the things that you do? All your titles, I guess you should say.
Well, besides parent, husband, you know, the top ones. The other things are I'm a competition bodybuilding coach, trainer, fitness trainer, online coach. I've
been feeling a little. So I got injured, so I can't work out like I used to. But
Oh, so you feeling flabby, Rob?
Yeah, I'm a little flimsy. You know what I'm saying? That dad bod really is kicking in. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, dad bods rock, my nigga. Let's not talk. Nah, go ahead, man.
Yeah, but you know, and also I started out producing. I started DJing when we were in Japan, and that led from DJing. I started managing the artists that I was producing, getting shows, getting paid. Then producing myself, producing tracks, as well as producing artists. And along the way, I just got tired of producing artists that didn't really have drive to go anywhere. So I said, take it on my own and I'll do it myself. So, I retired out of the Marine Corps after 22 years and decided to focus my career as an artist and musician.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you. Thank you.
As a
Definitely.
fellow veteran, I can say thank you for your service.
Two. God, we talking about the guests, man.
So yeah, a couple things that I got up. I got a couple of your social media posts and some of your pages. Very very successful on from where I knew you and where you started till now, and like for a person that's known you for a long time, like I can't be more proud of you than this. And I don't want to get sentimental or anything, but it's just like it's crazy. Huh? Shut up.
My man.
Nah, no, it's just crazy. It's just crazy because I've I was there for when he initially started. Came from setting up a studio booth in base housing made out of plywood, and it was like the most ghettoist professional shit that I've ever seen. And I was like, man, I'm down with that. That's crazy.
It worked.
It takes work, and and it was portable. He could take it from wherever duty station he was at, and then I was like, man, that's genius. Like a portable sound booth, and it's crazy. And then I got into DJing, after knowing him, and I'm like, man, this is pretty good. So I picked up a couple tools, and I was scared, to DJ, and he was like, nah, just do your thing, just play this and play that, and I was never afraid to ask questions and to learn, and Zay was there, helped me hook up a sound system in my car. I blew it. I blew it like a couple times, and I was like, man, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh man! And he had this. What was that? What was that car that you had? You have the
Accord.
Yeah. So he had a Honda Accord, and it was the Honda of America in Japan.
Yeah.
That thing was
what?
That thing was bad. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You had a. Wait, hold up,
Yeah.
Hold up. Stop.
Hold on. They be like,
Yeah. Wait a minute. I want to make this clear. Okay.
The
If you
boy
don't
said
know
what?
cars,
The boy
Hondas
said
are
what?
made in Japan. Okay?
Made in Japan. So
They're made in Japan.
it's the one made specifically for the U.S. If I correct me if I'm wrong, but it was he had it in Japan, and I was like,
So you had a U.S. made Japanese car in Japan.
the disrespect that you showed that country.
But
Yo, that's fucking
Respect.
hilarious. That's like getting a Japanese made Mustang in the U.S.
Alright.
That's
I'm
hilarious.
excited.
yeah, no, but some of those fondest memories of back in the day kind of got me like inspired to doing what I do now,
So
because the passion never really left. And I guess one of the questions that I have for you, Zay, is um oh yeah. So I don't know if you've ever told yeah, I don't know if you've ever told anybody this, but you did not look like this uh in 2001. So where did you come from that to now? That's the greatest question.
Give me a 20
That's the
second.
greatest question. Because you
Give
were
me a 20.
I don't want to say you were a chubby Marine, but you weren't this weren't like this.
Ref,
That's no
give me a 20.
that's
Ref, give me a 20.
that's
Give me a
no
20, ref.
that's no diss to you. All I'm saying is hey,
the disrespect, the
it's not disrespectful. We keep it clean, we keep it raw, we keep it fun. And so,
You
I just
Okay,
I just
go
want
ahead.
to put that out there. Hey, I have the right to say that. I think I do, because I've known him for 20 plus years. So
Man, we a bunch of clowns, man. I'm sorry. We
Look, go ahead, too. Go ahead, too. Go ahead.
Two things I got to say, man. Hey, kudos to shouting out to your brother because we need more of that in the community. You know what I'm saying? People uplifting others. Second, bro, you just shot a slug for real, officer down. He said you didn't look like that. Give me a 20-second timeout. Hey, and on one of my questions, it was about you're an athlete, so like I'm curious to like what advice would you give a young athlete coming up with you being a trainer and a former athlete? That's one of my questions.
Well, for me, the advice I would give had to do with the fact that coming up as an athlete and then having to convert over to being a professional bodybuilder, it was tough because I had little legs, I had muscle, but I was little, I started high school at 116, 118. And then I played sports. I played basketball, I played football, I ran track. I did almost everything. But putting on size was just not happening until one of the football players gave me some weight gainer. I ended up adding 50 pounds, and I think I graduated at 165.
And wait, 50 pounds over 4 years. Okay.
No, over two.
Like, over 2 years?
50?
Damn.
I put on I think it was my junior or sophomore year, the summer. I came back to school. I had I grew to 161, and then I gained like 50 pounds.
That's a hell of a growth spurt.
Yeah, so
that's a hell of a growth spurt.
It didn't stop there. So, because I had so much muscle and I was so active in the sports, when I went to boot camp, I gained 10 more pounds instead of losing weight. So I walked out 175. So it just didn't stop until when I went through divorce, I started lifting, and that's when it happened. Like I was steady for years around 185, and then I went over 200, and I've been growing ever since.
Yeah, it's letting off that aggression. That's all that is.
What are you tipping the scales at right now?
I'm walking around 223, between 223, 227.
I'm about the same, but it ain't muscle though.
See, I'm 6'3", and I'm walking around about 183, 184. I'm like a stream beam though, like Kevin Durant when he first came in the league.
I don't mind. Like I said, I'm about 227.
No shade, KD. No shade, KD. No shade, KD. I don't want no smoke on the perfectly balanced for me.
KD come on this podcast, we made it, goddamn it.
Well,
you damn Skippy
would be to eat and train. Like, if you eat, because the thing is, most people don't eat enough, and then they'll go to the gym and try and work out, but they don't have the proper nutrition. So basically, you don't want your body to feed off itself. So the more nutrition the more you'll have to benefit from.
And you know what's crazy? You're not the first person I've heard that from. Like saying that, you need to eat more if you're gonna start working out. And I've always been under the impression, like if I'm trying to lose weight, I don't need to eat more. You know what I'm saying? But I guess it makes sense when you put it like that. You trying to burn calories. You don't have no calories in you.
So this is where it comes in scientifically. When you eat, that food is ready for processing right there and use for energy. You want to use that right there, that ready source energy, and not take from stored fat. It takes a whole lot of energy for your body to take from stored fats versus use.
But ain't that what you want though? Like you wanted to take it from the fat,
and that's your anaerobic.
If you're losing weight,
yeah.
Here's
right.
The whole process, most people have it backwards. They think you eat less, but what happens is when you eat less, it slows your metabolism down. You want to speed up your metabolism. That's why you eat more throughout the day. So therefore, your body isn't feeding. You're supplying nutrition because your body isn't processing everything you put into it. So if you're eating junk, it's definitely not going to process it. It's just going to waste.
So that's why I'm getting fat.
you'll get the sugar rush from it.
Got it.
Yeah.
It's too much junk. That's
And-
I I've been accused of being a serial Cheeto eater. So
Allegedly.
and I don't think I am, but others have said so. So I think.
Well, check this out, Rob. One of our listeners asked, how much should a person eat per day? You know what I'm saying? If they're trying to lose weight, how much should they actually really eat? This was asked by Mia Ramos.
So that's going. Each person is different, and I know everybody's heard of that or heard it before. So my recommendation is, if you go online, you can Google BMI calculator. You put your weight, your age, and everything in there, and it'll calculate what your BMR rate is. And that's going to tell you how many calories you should eat every day.
Yeah, I was about to say, let me go on and Google that real quick.
So is it a myth that, say for instance, if you're focused on burning fat, you pretty much do that at rest, like when you're resting?
It again, it depends on the individual, because some people are just not that active. It depends on your job. It depends on your activity throughout the day, and if you're eating or not. Again, if you're not, and you expecting your body to burn fat, is probably not going to do it, because you have to have something to keep your metabolism going throughout the day. But if you're doing the normal things you're supposed to do throughout the day, it will. That's why some guys eat like McDonald's all day and burn fat. So
you know what? It just clicked in my head. You said something earlier. You said if you don't eat, or it takes a lot of energy to pull from fat. So if you don't eat, you don't have the energy to pull from the fat, even if you wanted to.
Well,
okay.
Yeah. You also got to think that fat isn't like protein storage. It's not carbs. It's not none of that. Your body either utilizes those things or wastes it if it doesn't use it. So fat isn't necessarily a nutritious source for your body to feed off of. So what it targets is your muscle, because that's where you produce muscle through a process called protein synthesis. So that's how you get that.
Damn. So if
Yep.
you
So
I'm
so
learning a whole lot.
so again, like that is totally perfect, because say for instance you want to starve yourself, and you don't want to eat, you think that's going to work, you're still going to have that belly fat, you just won't have any muscle, because the
That's
body,
so
it's easier for the body to break down the muscles and use that as an energy source than it is for fat. How you
Mia,
burn fat is by building muscle proteins, and that's
being
that's just it.
Mia Ramos asked a great question. She just said, "Do hormones affect weight loss?
Yeah.
Or affect weight loss?"
Hormone changes do affect weight loss, especially if you have an imbalance. So if even in your cortisol levels, there's so many things that can affect it. But the first thing you need to do is examine what you're doing, and also there's even supplements that'll help you with hormonal balance for men and women. So those things matter. Even the way you think, if you overthink things and get too analytic, that can affect you as well. Water, if you're not drinking enough water, that can affect you.
So basically saying
I forgot I didn't drink too much water today.
Oh,
I'm trying to lose some weight.
Look, I guess I'm just over. I'm just drinking my red wine, and that's gonna be the end of it. Goddamn it.
Bro, that cup is killing me, bro. You give me 15 push-ups for that cup.
It ain't a
bro.
cup, it's a chalice.
This one?
It's not even a cup, it's a chalice.
Why it seemed like he in one of those old
right.
mafia movies, sitting in the dark room.
Okay, so
Back on topic.
let's we're back on topic, and this is just
Thank
one of the topics we want to talk about. So let's get into your producing side. So as long as I've known you, you've always been having an excellent ear for sound, for music, just as much as me. And listening to the tracks that you had long time ago. I was actually searching and trying to find CDs from a long time ago, and I'm still looking. I got, you know, you probably still have as much CDs as I got, but I I was talking to my brother and I was like, yeah, listen to this track. This is like probably one of the best tracks that he has, and I wanted to like put it on and like kind of play what you
And
had
you,
before
you
to now, and I was like, man, that this just walk
the
us through
quality.
that whole process from point A to point B. How did you keep your drive?
I want to hear some of it too. I want. You
I
got something ready?
I want to hear some.
Your boy DJ Chef is always ready.
And I made sure
Always ready.
I
I'm gonna
made
let
sure
him
that you were ready because we come
answer the
prepared.
question first. Answer the question first, and then
Okay.
we'll get to
Go
the
ahead,
song.
Zay.
So your question was what? How did I maintain?
Yes. How did you maintain, from back in 2001 to now?
Well, I mean, maintaining. Hmm, I guess I would say, how did I maintain? What I did was I just never stopped. Even when I stopped, my mind mentally never stopped. Like I still process beats through my head. I would come up with lyrics, even though I didn't consider myself as an artist at first, mostly just a producer and manager and DJ at first. Um, but because I had so much schooling with piano and choir throughout my life, I never left it. I was always into music. So I started with a studio. I opened the very first studio on bass in Japan. Then came here, opened one up in 29 Palms.
Hold up.
One in San Diego.
Hold on. Time out. You opened a studio on bass?
Yeah.
I've never, GOAT status right there. That automatic GOAT status. That
Yeah.
you know how many, like, in San Diego alone, on my previous ship alone, how many people we had that were artists that couldn't find a studio, or that were trying to record and actually had decent music but couldn't record in the studio because they didn't have the money to do it. Yo, to have that shit on bass would have been so dope.
But that's exactly why I did it. And my whole thought process of doing what I did was because I wanted to show that as service members, we weren't just the pull a trigger type, trigger happy. We had other talents as well. There's a lot of things I've actually done. Not, is mostly because of my brothers and sisters. Like I wanted everybody to have the opportunity to share whatever it is that they're about. So music was one, and not only that, but in 29 Palms, when I opened the studio out there, I also, while I was deployed, I also had a little studio in Iraq when I was there.
They bumping in Iraq too?
They gave me a QuadCon, and I set up in a QuadCon.
Oh shit, that would have been so dope.
And I also, while I was there, I also helped MCCS start a talent show in 29 Palms that they do every year.
Yeah.
So MCCS is basically the Marine Corps version of kind of like the USO, or it's like multi events, to entertain service members.
It's the MWR.
Yeah, basically, and not everybody knows what that is. So I was just trying to break that down for you.
So basically, y'all version of America's Got Talent.
Yeah. So MCCS or NWR, they run the gyms. They run all extracurricular activities that you want, like bowling, the bowling alley, baseball fields, anything extracurricular outside of the military that you want to do to kind of de-stress. These are the military run companies. They're run by civilians, but they're a part of the military. It's just, hey, this is what they do. So with him getting along with MCCS, and people do that all the time, like coordinate with them and coordinate with units to keep up morale inside of a unit.
Yeah, that's incredible though. Yep. That is absolutely incredible.
That's GOAT status.
That
Straight
for
up.
real, like I don't think people understand how major that is. I didn't even know it was fucking possible to open some shit up on base. So that's incredible to me.
It said ballsy
But
and gutsy. The fact that your fellow shipmen and your fellow military servicemen like, hey, we trust you enough to run this and run it right.
Yeah.
That is a huge.
You got all your ducks in a row and all your paperwork in order. I don't see why they wouldn't. But I never tried.
well, I had to go up to the CG in Japan. I had to go all the way up to the CG and get some paperwork signed off in order for him to approve it to allow me.
I believe it. That's major. That's not only real estate on a federal facility. That's just huge. That's huge on so many levels.
So when you think about it, Rob, you've been in Japan also, and during this time, during that time frame, a lot of people were like, getting in trouble in Japan. Marines.
That's before the strict shit came.
Yeah,
Huh?
but I mean, Marines
Yeah,
have
it's
always stayed in
ridiculous.
trouble when it comes to Japan and Okinawa for the longest time, even before we were there. But the fact that he had to go all the way up to the CG and then get approval, the CG wouldn't have had a problem with it at all because it kept Marines out of trouble
Yeah.
and it got them into something else. So
And staying on base too.
and
That was the problem.
staying on
Just
base. So
leaving base, it was always some stuff.
yeah, so it was good on you to capitalize on that, and to kind of um, be a positive role model for young Marines and sailors out there, and that's the whole thing. Like, I don't think I would be the person that I am, honestly, if I didn't know you. I mean, and again, like, we worked in the same battalion, and we would shoot the shit all the time. But I love music. We come from the same cut of cloth, you know, upbringing. Hey, it's all good, and I'm, like I said, I can't be even any more prouder. Um, let's go to the next question that I have. So
Before
we
you
talked about
jump
the
to
music.
that,
Talked
real
about
quick,
what'd you say, Jay?
let's play the song real
Oh,
quick.
yeah.
I
Okay.
wanted to hear the song. That's right.
Shouts out to Doc, for helping DJ Chef be prepared. We give him that little dot. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we're gonna let this one run. This is called Gym Juice.
So I say, what you drinking? What you drinking? Yeah. Let's go. So I say, what you drinking? Got the gin juice in my cup, straight tossing up. So I say, what you drinking? Got the gin juice in my cup, straight loading up to get. I'm in the kitchen, cook it up. While I whip it up, straight cutting up, loading up. I'm in the kitchen, cook it up. While I whip it up, straight cutting up, loading up. 3-cup, toss up, demolish in my cup with the hot in the.
Okay. I
I
like
ain't
it.
gonna lie. It's getting rotation in my on for Freaky Friday. It's getting rotation.
Uh-oh.
It's getting
Uh-oh.
rotation.
I need the whole. I need the link to the whole song because
Oh,
I need to.
speaking
I got a little
speaking
something
of
for that.
which, I'm glad you said that. For everybody out there looking, hey, Rob, you want to go to
The big screen.
go to the big screen for
got you.
me, and everybody else mute your mic so it'll stay on the big screen. All right, go ahead. Go ahead. There we go. So this is his YouTube. Everything is on Apple Music. If you want to go on Apple Music, he's also on there. He's also on SoundCloud. Actually, the link, I'll just put the link up here for his link tree, and you can go to everything that you want to from there. This is his link tree, and it's at Linktree, uh, Xavius. That's Xavisus. Check out his link tree. Anything and everything that we've kind of talked about already is on there. Anything else that you have, any other links that you can think of, Zay? And go ahead.
Well, the new website is actually published, but everything still will be moving over. Like my fitness website, I'll be moving all of that, all of the merch, everything will be moving over, and it's just my first name.com, Xavius.com.
Cool,
Nice.
cool. And
Well,
this is with your XG Media group, is this kind of break this page down for me for your Instagram?
Honestly, I'm still going back and forth with that page. It was so I actually officially registered Rock Recording Studio, and that's what that page was supposed to be. But I decided to combine everything. Since I got into photography and videography, I've been doing that lately as well. So I'm kind of combining. It's basically like a multimedia company and brand. So it's music. So good example is I shot a documentary for someone. I also made the music, produced the music for it. I edit the video, cut the video, and everything. So
oh, Netflix would love you.
Do you want me to
One
pull up the
stop
link?
shopping. One stop shopping.
yeah,
Yeah.
you
Well,
can.
what is it?
Oh, for the video?
Yeah. Or
Oh,
for what that page that you were talking about? Not the video, but
oh,
just
well, type my name in.
okay.
Xavius, Xavius.
Nice. Well, bet. That is a bet. Well,
I ain't gonna lie, Rob. If we
Uh,
ever decide to shoot a perfectly balanced documentary,
listen.
you know where
Listen.
we're going.
I mean,
Right?
look.
You know where we're going.
You know
right?
my wheels have been spinning.
Yeah.
That video, I'm like, ding. Hold on.
PBD, perfectly balanced documentary.
Facts.
Oh Lordy.
So no, but for real though, incredible talking to you, man. Incredible things that you're doing. Like we said, man, of very many talents. It's like it's an honor to meet you, an honor to talk to you. And it's a pleasure for us to have you on this podcast, man. We appreciate you. And so now that the interview portion of that, even though I really still want to talk about some things, but I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go.
Is it time for fuckery?
It, why you say it like that? Like we just be right. Just
You look, hey, Rob, I ain't had two on here now almost a whole goddamn month.
Two? What you talking about, month?
Hey, hey,
It's like two.
We ain't gonna give out details. Time out.
We gonna keep it down. Okay.
Hawaii was nice, huh?
Yes, it was.
You know, could have had better food. You feel me?
Oh, Lord. Hey, no comment. Well, ladies and gentlemen,
it is Wet and Wild Wednesday. For you fantasy lovers out there. Yeah, Rob, I took it off your head. You took too slow. I'm already at the finish line. Bang, bang. If you ain't got your fantasy league teams ready for this week,
man,
tomorrow's Thursday night football. We got two trash teams playing.
See this shit.
Yeah, don't nobody care about the Houston Texans.
The boy said two trash teams. Real quick.
Nah, because real talk though, like it wouldn't be trash if Tyrod Taylor wasn't hurt, but he is. So there's that. But yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, time to talk about our fantasy league. Obviously not our fantasy league because none of us are in the same league. But
I ain't trying to see DJ Chef.
Man, look, I'm 2-0. I'm 2-0 in 3 of the 4 leagues that I'm in. So I'm just saying.
Talking about why you sprinkle it out like that? You in 4 leagues. You playing the numbers, huh? Rob definitely a numbers man. He's not gonna take the single season.
I feel like if I put $75 in per league, as long as I win one of them, I get my money back. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Listen here, DJ Tops. Don't come for my Steelers now, just because your little ragged ass Rams are still undefeated. We gonna get on
they
their
got
ass.
a hell of a matchup this week.
I know.
Even though Baltimore did just squeak by Kansas City. They are playing.
Bro,
the
that was a
Rams.
ballsy call.
Look, but
Call
see,
out how you going.
I think
That's
honestly,
when you trust your quarterback. Hey, Lamar, you want to go for it? Yeah,
I really
all right,
do
go
think
for
though. I really do think though. The refs had a lot to do with it. I didn't like some of the calls that they made.
Listen. I'm a Cowboys fan. I don't want to talk about referees. Okay,
we don't even need to be
you feel me?
conversating with you. You and Kate, you and
Ain't you?
Kai,
Aren't you?
y'all,
Aren't you
y'all
a transplant to Georgia, my nigga?
First of all, transplant. What you mean transplant? I've been a diehard Falcons fan my whole life.
But didn't you just touch down in Georgia not too long ago?
That don't mean look.
I'm just saying. See, look,
home is where the heart is. Okay,
I'm a born and
my
bred,
heart never
boots in the
left.
ground Cowboy fan. You feel me? So like, win or lose, I'll even call them sorry assholes from time to time. But hey, they my squad.
And that's the thing. That's the thing.
Yep.
Like Atlanta, this is Atlanta's rebuild year. Okay,
Atlanta is choke city.
No. We focus on draft picks. That's all we do. Okay, we focus on draft picks.
Draft picks get you the ring, though.
It could have. If we weren't playing against Tom Brady, we could have.
How was your quarterback name, Matty Ice, and then get up there and freeze up?
He didn't. The defense did. That's what we gotta. That's what we're gonna focus on.
Listen, man. I'm only chucking a few grenades because when Romo was our quarterback, I mean, every other day, nigga, it was something about our quarterback. But I'm just saying, bro.
Yeah. And listen, look, okay.
Roethlisberger is hurt, so I'm not worried about the Steelers.
I honestly want Dak to have a decent year. More importantly, I want Zeke and CeeDee Lamb to have a decent year because I got them in my fantasy. No, it's people I give a fuck about. But
hey,
I want to talk about
630 days since a 100-yard rushing game.
Say what?
630 days since a 100-yard rushing game for Zeke. So why is he in your fantasy league?
Because the only reason Zeke has had a bad season last season was because of that.
I'm sorry. And listen, like I said, I'm a fan, fool. But like Pollard got more 100-yard rushing games than Zeke doing the last 2 years.
Cause last season was only because of that. It's only because of that, man. You know that. Anyway, I'm not gonna go back and forth about your team. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. What I am gonna do is focus on a very important topic here. Okay. I'm gonna start one of the two best. I got two of the best quarterbacks in the league on my fantasy on the same team. How they let me do it, I don't know. But I got Tom Brady and Lamar Jackson on my fantasy. Now, I have a dilemma. The Rams play Tampa Bay this week. And Baltimore plays Detroit. So I would keep Tom Brady starting all season. However, they playing the Rams, and that's a toughie.
What does Detroit's defense look like?
It was good going into halftime on Monday night.
Listen, nigga. You said
it was good first half.
The key word in that sentence is was. This is like I'm a fan, so I would never really bet against Brady because Brady's gonna give you 250 to 300 yards.
I'm not worried about him winning. I'm more worried about his numbers because
you're going against Jalen Ramsey this week.
Yeah, you're going against a hell of a defense. This is a hell of a defense.
How many times have you seen Brady on his ass? I mean, on his derriere. Let me PG-13 this thing.
Give me a time frame because
listen. If you look at the Colts helmet, if you look at the Colts insignia on their helmet, that's what Tom Brady looks like every time he drops back.
Listen,
every fucking time, and if it closes, he steps up and boom.
This is not a regular pass rushing defense. This is not no run of the mill. This ain't the Cowboys defense, okay?
Hey, watch it now.
See, I was just about to like let you make it, but I can't stand for it anymore. So, let's just stay on topic. Tom Brady, you don't bet against Tom Brady, period.
Amen.
And hey,
You don't bet against Tom Brady winning.
Amen.
Numbers
yeah,
wise,
yeah.
Hey,
Maybe.
hey, he can throw two. You give me Brady 27 attempts, 250 yards, 4 touchdowns all day. Those sound like great numbers to me.
Yeah.
But you got fucking Lamar Jackson against Detroit.
What do you think they're gonna do?
dub.
That's a dub. How many? Okay, Lamar Jackson gonna outstat him by running stats. You
That's
know
all
what
I
I'm saying?
need.
Yeah,
That's
he's
all
gonna
I
pass
need.
it. He's not
That's
gonna
all I
pass
need. All I need is the stats. We talking about fantasy. Fantasy.
So listen,
all I need
listen.
is I don't give a fuck about the win or the loss.
Listen,
I need the stats.
take 4 quarters, put them on your thumb, flip them in the air. If 3 of them land on heads or tails, then you choose back.
There you go. You ride with Brady. You ride with Tom. Because it's gonna be a shootout
Listen,
in LA.
There are certain quarterbacks in the league, bro, that like if I was to go stat wise, I would never go against. And that was one of them just retired, which is Breeze, and then Rodgers, and then Brady. And Brady is number 1.
Okay,
I will
let me
never
ask
go
you this.
against those dudes.
Let me ask you this. If somebody out there has Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady on the same fantasy team, who do you start?
Brady.
You still start Brady?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a better question, because it's not really about the.
Hey, Chef, did you hear on 105.3 Dallas? They were talking about the Super Bowl predictions being Cleveland and Tampa Bay. No, they said somebody, but they put Cleveland. What am I missing with Cleveland?
Baker Mayfield.
Oh, they doing that old. They doing that old. Yeah. Ram it down your throat. They're gonna take it.
It's working. I mean, they fell short of this Kansas City over the week, but that was still a close game. If I'm anybody that says Cleveland on the schedule, we can talk about the shits and giggles. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see Cleveland or Buffalo.
Buffalo, like damn. Cleveland, I just
That's who they've been talking about.
Buffalo. I don't know. Them motherfuckers playing.
The way that they were talking about Buffalo on the radio.
Their team beat real talk.
They got some weapons over there too.
Oh my God.
That's a great sound. But hey, so to break it down to y'all, the QB this season position ranking. Kyler Murray is ranked number 1 right now.
Baby Yoda. That's what Taylor Jones calls Baby Yoda.
And then, of course, like I said, got Lamar Jackson, number 2.
Check.
Pat Mahomes, number 3. Josh Allen, number 4. Russell Wilson.
Yeah, that's a good.
Jalen Hurts, something to say. Justin Herbert, number 7. Tom Brady, number 8. Dak, number 9. You got Daniel Jones. I don't see how the fuck he's gonna do. 10, and then just out of the top 10 is Aaron Rodgers.
The top 5 before we get to the trade.
Hey, Aaron, your name is Aaron.
Yeah.
A-Ron
I think
would be-
what set him back was just that first game. That was it. It was that first game. So.
And they say, "Hey, Aaron, we losing." No, I ain't losing. Y'all
lost.
Y'all lost. I didn't lose.
Hey, I just wanted to show y'all what the fuck it look like if I don't play like my normal self.
Hey, Rob, that's that. Hi, I'm David Ruffin, and these are the Temptations.
Nobody come to see you, Otis.
He pulled his helmet off and let his hair swing. Like, they lost, not me.
Yeah, facts. But nah, so like that's what I'm saying. Like, back to the original topic, even though we got a minute left. Lamar Jackson or Tom Brady? I'm going Lamar Jackson.
Take the easy money. Take the easy money. Take the easy money.
Guaranteed money.
Listen, this is coming from a man that is in 4 different fantasy leagues.
So
take the easy.
So, but you know what's funny? So in my other league,
how do you control all of that? That's my question.
It's all on ESPN Fantasy, baby. That's all I do. I got Joe Burrow on the other one, which I need to go and trade. I got Joe Burrow and Trevor Lawrence. I need to go and trade Trevor Lawrence though. I'm hoping that he'll do better.
I'm gonna hold on to him.
I'm
He's
hoping
76%.
Get rid of Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Broadway Joe, I gotta go.
Well, you know what though? Joe ain't been doing the worst. I mean, he threw 3 interceptions last week.
The simple fact you said the worst.
He's not the worst.
Yeah. What is he? What is he like? What is he like? A -3 right now?
He ranked number 22. But,
why you put your head down and say that? He ranked number.
But see, I got Trevor Lawrence is ranked number 26. So I'm taking the lesser 2 evils in my startup.
I like that.
This one was a shitty draft, but you know what?
I like that.
Bro, it sucks when you're in that position where you got to choose between shit and shit. Just like.
But the crazy thing is, I'm 2-0 in that league. How? No idea. But I'm 2-0 in that league. That's probably because I got Ty Lockett. That's why I got Ty.
Well, check this out. All right, that's enough for our fantasy, ladies and gentlemen. We did lose a very monumental, influencing actor.
Monumental.
My tongue, you know, yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Monumental.
Yeah. Say that 10 times fast. Monumental.
Yeah. She turned into Mamma Mia.
Yeah, Mamma Mia. Mario Van Peebles Sr. passed at the age of 89. You know what I'm saying? Black actor. You know what I'm saying? Most of you young generation might not know who that is, but you know, some of us, we do know who that is. You know what I'm saying? Rob, it's okay.
Rob was sitting on the couch watching movies with his parents.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then we did lose famous comedian AJ Johnson, who died at the age of 50. They said 55, but it's really 56. You know what I'm saying? So that Friday cast is starting to get smaller and smaller and smaller. For you folks that don't know, you know, that the list of actors that have, you know, been in the Friday movies is slowly shrinking. You know what I'm saying? So
dwindling down.
It's I put it like this: it's life. It's everyday life. You know what I'm saying? We all don't know when our time is gonna come, but you have to live life to your best abilities, and you have to make sure you instill good traits into your offspring. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, make sure you're doing the right thing for them and your family relatives or whoever, you know, that may be, because nobody wants to be remembered as the bad guy. There's some folks out there that don't mean, you know, there's some folks out there that might like to be known as the bad guy, but deep down, as they say, as the light is getting dwindling and getting darker and darker, you want to be darker as a bad guy. You want to be remembered as, you know, the guy that, you know, hey, you know what, I can call and reach out to, or I can, you know, at least express my feelings, or I can vent to, and he listened, or she listened. You know what I'm saying? So, DJ Chef moment, you know what I'm saying? Make peace with your enemies, make peace with your friends, make peace with everybody. Even if you ain't talked to a motherfucker about 30, 40 years. You know what I'm saying? Make peace.
Let them know you care for them.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Exes included?
Nah.
Yeah. Hey, Chef. One day down the line, you gonna look at her like Snoop called Gayle King. raggedy dog head. But, you know what I'm saying? But at the end
You
of the day,
raggedy dog.
but at the end of the day, you know, it is what it is, man. You know, at one point in time, you love that person, so don't hate the feelings that you have for that person.
Yep.
Just hate the fact that the way it turned out the way it did. I still fuck with you.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, it's past our bedtime.
We'll see y'all later.
When nobody sleeps, just
Go
type in
ahead
it. That's
and
where I'm
end it right here.
where I'm
I'd like
at.
to say thank you to all of our listeners out there. Everybody tuning in on Facebook Live. We appreciate you. Love you. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep commenting. Keep sharing these videos.
Hey, bro.
All right.
I know.
Everybody that's listening on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Anchor, Spotify, all those podcast platforms out there. Thank you. We appreciate you. Love you. Shouts out to our special guest today, Xavier. Make sure you go follow him on his Instagram page. We'll post it in the description so that you guys can go check that out.
Yes.
Got it.
Perfectly Balanced Podcast documentary coming soon.
Speaking of coming soon, we talked about this last episode. The merch is finally here, ladies and gentlemen. You can now go to perfectlybalancedpodcast.com and get your Perfectly Balanced Podcast merch.
Stimmy shirt is coming soon. Stimmy shirt coming soon.
Stimmy long.
Stimmy long shirt is coming soon. Matter of fact, I'm going to the drawing board tonight. Yes, sir. Hey, again, we'd like to say thank you. Thank you to everybody listening, everybody tuning in. We appreciate you. We love you. Keep doing what you're doing. We had a Perfectly Balanced Podcast. Just a panel of brown people having good conversation over here. I'm your host, Rob. Who else we got in the building?
You know who he is. We need to trademark that. We need to go ahead and trademark that. Stimmy long. Stimmy standing tall.
Stimmy long, Stimmy strong.
It's your boy DJ Chef, man.
Hey man, it's your boy Tutu, man. Checking out. Then the little man going for the night. Catch y'all Friday.
And it's me, KG, Dr. Graves, no PhD.
Hey,
Bars.
Hey, boy.
We will see y'all next time, all right? Hey.
I'm not a trending topic. I'm a hold on. Y'all niggas playing with me, man. I am the Omega.
Recording stopped.
Right here, don't you address me unless it with 4 letters. Bitch, I thought you know better. I've been ducking the pandemic. I've been ducking the social gimmicks. I've been ducking the overnight activists. I'm not a trending topic. I'm a prophet.
Yeah, that video's off the chain.
Looking for a better me. I am a legacy. I come from the 70s. Big shot wrist on cryotherapy. Soon as I press that button, nigga.
All right, y'all.
All right.
Us two wanna like he ain't been through nothing.